Good afternoon. It is so good to be here. Um, it is Friday, the 19th of June, Juneteenth, and I just have a message that I need to respond to. Okay. So, I'm sorry, somebody's trying to get in and they can't. Okay. Naturally, the message came just as I hit live. There we go. All right, so I'm talking to myself anyway. Another nice day in Ottawa. I am happy to be here. Another week gone by. I got a bunch of stuff done. I hope you did too. And as well as the cards, I have, of course, I have the the deck, Exploring Paths to Cosmic Wisdom, which is indeed available for sale at jolies.com. Pre-sales right now. I'm looking at delivery next couple of weeks. So exciting. So as well as these, I was putting some things away yesterday and being in the storage of all my good stuff. There's a whole lot of good stuff. Um, I pulled out. I have some number runes, which are absolutely gorgeous. I think they're gorgeous. And of course they're always right because that's the way numerology is. Hello, Penny. How good to see you. I have the cards out. I also have number runes here, which we can do after a card maybe. Happy Friday back to you. I hope you've had an awesome week. And I think you're in the Ottawa region. I think so. Beautiful day, gorgeous day. It's really nice. Let me know if you want a card. And when we're done cards, I have runes and I have charms with me. It's number runes. There's just the 10 of them. 1 to 9 plus 0. And she's there. Hello, Janet. It is so good to see you. We must talk soon. I'm so glad you're back online. I have missed you. I actually contacted your son a while ago. Um, oh, how exciting, Penny. Yes, Janet, I was checking to make sure that all was well with you because you were offline for a long time. So, Penny, new job. That's exciting. Really, really good. I'm going to draw a card for you. Card. Yes, you don't need a cat, and that's fine. I'm not drawing cats today. Can't draw anyway. All right. Card for Penny. Penny. It's down in here somewhere. Oh, nice. Okay, you're maybe still learning at your new job. I don't know. This is a lovely card. It's the Curiosity card. So I don't know whether you are being drawn to find stuff out and first week in a new job is often a time when you just really need to be curious about how everything works and where everything is and what exactly you're there to do. So that's kind of a good card for the moment. Hey Laurie, I see you there, and I see Pam. Gosh, I feel as though I'm on Romper Room. I see you. Okay, I'll get into you for sure. The number 3 is that portal of inspiration where new stuff comes into the physical through you from the cosmos. 5 is growth and expansion. So as you experience inspired thought, you grow and adapt to it. and they add together into an 8, which is that lovely spiritual flow coming together and finding finding a new way of balancing in the world. That's lovely. I feel as if that fits your job. Maybe it fits something else as well. You can let me know. Oh, I drew that last week, Penny. Did I draw it for you? That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so Laurie was the next person to ask for a card. This is so nice. Is this going to be another one of those days where there's oodles of people for 20 minutes and then everybody goes home? Please invite your friends, otherwise I'll deliver another sermon. That's fascinating. Clearly there's a message in that, Penny, that Spirit wants you to know. I'm boggled. And Janet, I need you to give me permission to draw a card for you. I hope you're still here and your silence isn't because you've been booted off. Okay. So this is for Laurie. She was next one in. This is for Laurie. Oh, now I know we had this recently. I don't know if it was you. That'd be really freaky if we're going to start getting reruns. The imagination card, number 5. So we're back at that 5, that expanding, growing, adjusting to new conditions, doing all of that wonderful, wonderful growth, and taking the time to imagine where you can possibly go, because everything is changing in the world right now, very much, and we have this chance to to envision what it is that we want our next year and our next 5 years and the rest of our lives to look like. So taking the time while things are very disrupted and interrupted and going to be rebuilt in a new shape to imagine where it is we want to go and how it is that we want to be. That is a wonderful, just a little step back and allow the cosmic wisdom that is within you to express itself, to say, this is the time, I don't know, you go back to school and become a balloon artist, or you do something very different. That's quite remarkable. Okay, Pam Jonas, I see you. I see you often and much. It's lovely that you're here. Oh, okay. Janet is leaving. All right, thank you. Goodbye. Glad you were here. And I'm going to draw for Pam. Okay. So, Pam. All right, Pam. Trying to remember what I know about you. This is getting messages one after another. I don't understand why. Okay, number 21. 2 is about relationships and community, and 1 is your central identity, and they're adding up to the point of creativity and inspiration. The concept of release, there's no stopping on in the natural cycle of the province, everything of the province, my goodness, of the planet. Everything keeps going around and around. These apples have gone past their best by date, for sure. They're no longer holding their integrity to be apples. They're unlikely even to be eaten by the deer that go by here. What they are doing is, I see your note, Janet. I will, absolutely. What they are doing is releasing all of their molecules, their nutrients, their structure. Everything is releasing and going back into the earth and going to the roots in order to become part of the next cycle that is the apple tree. So the message is about letting go that which is past, and it's a message for most of society right now. There are so many systems that can't go back to the way they used to be. We have to release any idea we have that the good old days are coming back, because they're not. So being in a place where you can appreciate what you have gained from the past, but be ready to let it go and nurture what is true going forward. So, if you've got a degree in being an apple, you can't be an apple anymore. Letting go of all the expectations about apples and moving into an understanding of how you can let go and get into the earth and get down to the roots, and then make your travel back through the roots into the trunk and up to the growth of the tree. Right? Does that make sense? I'm I hope so. And let me know in the comments if you want more clarity from that. Janet, Janet, I am going to draw for you. Okay, you did get here. I'm so delighted. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay, I can see this being true for you, what I know of what's going on. It does, Pam. Good. Glad. um, Community, number two. Number two is all about relationships. I know that you have been um, spending time in a different community, your community, but not your usual home community. And now you're back again and you're reconnecting with the way things are differently. Two is always about relationships. So your best friend and your mom and your son and your I think there's a niece involved in one of the communications that I've seen. These are your people. These are your people. And just as white clover, when you've got a big lawn and you get a clover growth in it, it makes a patch. There's a little community of clover that will all live together. It doesn't scatter out across the whole area. And you are in a family and a community situation that is quite broad. There are lots and lots of people involved, and yet you're very much all stuck together and stuck by each other, and very connected with each other for different reasons, and it's rather lovely. And I think that speaks to the idea that even though you've moved location now, you are still part of the community. You're still, the people you've been with for the last while are still very much supporting you and your endeavors, and at the same time you get to be with and supported by other parts of the community that is so spread out all over the place. So that's nice. That's a nice card. I like the white clover. It's cheerful. It's cheerful. That's what it is. The other thing with clover leaves being the three sort of leaflets that come together to form a single stalk, I guess it would be a stem. Um, the different aspects of life that you bring together. It can stand for the body, mind, and spirit, or it can stand for different roles that you have as mother and daughter and sister. It can stand for a lot of ways that we come together. So it's a very nice symbolic. All right, here we are, 15, and people have stopped coming in. I love that you're all on time. That's so cool. And depending who's still here, I have my number runes, and I have a bag of charms that if you're trying to think who was here first, and I said I will draw you a rune. That was Penny. Are you still here, Penny? If you're still here, I'll show you all of them because they're gorgeous. This a dear friend of mine made them for me. That we had a big storm. Well, we have big storms every winter, but they were really big with lots of wind. Oh, 5 years ago maybe. And there was a tree that came down on the parkway. Oh, okay, you're welcome, Janet. In a place where my friend used to go walking with her friends. And she brought home a branch and then cut it up and sanded it and did all sorts of loveliness to it and burnt in these number runes. I'm trying to remember now what was the language of the initial. But we have, can you see, there's number 1 with 1 leg off the top of it, and there's number 2, and you can probably discern the pattern here. There's number 3 and number 4. Okay, and then we get number 5 because we made it to the whole hand, I guess, when we're counting, right? So then you get the 5 plus the 1, 5 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 5 plus 4, and the 0 symbol, which is, of course, all things. So there are 10 runes in the bag, and they're really rather lovely, and of course connected to the energy of the numbers that they portray. So, Penny, you don't say if you're still here. I'm going to draw one. We're going to call it being for Penny. I hope she won't mind that. Are you here? Sometimes there's a real delay on the comments. I still can't tell who's here and who's not. I've got a little button that tells me I'm recording. Hallelujah. And a timer. That's all. Okay. So I'm going to draw. This can be for Penny, and she can watch the video. Yeah, she's not answering. Okay. All right, so here is, oh, she has number 9, which is the number of completion and conclusion and accomplishment, meeting a goal, which is a very nice thing. Was it Penny who said she started a new job? Is that where that came from? Started my new job this week. All right, so I guess she is in 9 energy because she's been, that has been in progress and in process for some time. So that makes sense. That's so cool. So if anybody else would like me to draw a rune specifically for them, I will absolutely do that. And the other thing I've got here is some charms that are, they're assorted different things depicted on them with writing on the back. We have a really nice yin yang. Hey, Jen Banks, how are you doing? Good to see you. All right, so this, yes, a bit of a, that is a yin yang. And on the back it says balance. So I have a few of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think there's 10 of those too. So if you're interested in having me draw a charm, you can let me know that, and I will do that. Okay, Jen, did you want a card? I've got cards, I've got runes, and I've got charms, and I'm doing it all, whatever you want. It's a really good, I have traffic in my place. It's all good. All right. So, Jen, tell me. I need your permission to draw a card. And whoever else is here, let me know. I know sometimes some people who are watching can see the number beside the little eyeball icon. I can't see it. I don't know why I can't. Maybe there's something in my settings, but I haven't figured it out yet. So you can let me know. The other thing that I didn't mention yet is I have a plan to do some Zoom sessions. So okay, um, I've got a survey on the page when you back out from the live on the Exploring Paths Facebook page. You can please. It's just 5 questions on Facebook and I on SurveyMonkey, and in fact, a lot of them are just. I think maybe 2 or 3 of them are asking about coming to a Zoom, and the others are just so that I know what time of day and where you are in the world for me to know. Because if morning in Manila is a little different than morning here, right? So they're questions that you know the answers to, not difficult at all. All right, for Jen. For Jen. This one. Oh, nice. Did you get this before? I feel as though maybe it's just my brain is having a deja moment. Optimism. I love these dandelions. They look to me as if they should all have little happy faces on them. They, have a nice day. Everything is lovely. Everything is nice. They're so sunshiny. Um, the 1 and the 6, 1 is your central identity, that place where your universe begins, that place that is Jen, no matter what else happens in your physical reality. And the 6, which is the number of service, it's where you move forward along the path towards your destiny as you intended it to be. And they're adding together into a 7. 7 is always the teacher. There's stuff that you're learning as you go. And you can feel optimistic because the lessons are good. Even though sometimes 7 energy feels very difficult in the moment, but it always is taking you in the right direction. And if somebody, it is a new one for you, okay. If you're falling in the river and someone grabs you by the arm, you might hurt your shoulder. 7 energy. Being not in the river is a really good thing. So there's a lovely blooming bright face on things, and I hope that you're able to connect with that, because what is going on for you and around you is serving you and is moving you forward on your path. So that's really nice. Okay. You said you would leave it up to me, so I'm going to start pulling other things, and then maybe other people will be inspired to join in, okay? So this is also for Jen. For Jen. You can't see the camera. I don't know if it's just too far. Lose the top of my head. Okay, so we will see. I am telling these that this is for Jen. Oh, and this one sticks to my finger. Oh, nice. Okay. So we have a pair of ballet slippers. Can you see those? And the message it is bringing is to dance. So as well as being optimistic, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Do a pirouette in the kitchen. It's all of it invoking very positive emotional states. So I hope that you are able to connect with that and be in that the wonderful gratitude for still being here, no matter what has gone on. I know that your life is far from a picnic, and there has been incredibly difficult stuff in the last while. However, you're still here, and you can serve your future by beginning to look at it and decide how you want it to be, right? Be optimistic about it. Yes, isn't it lovely? That little I love the little ballet slippers. It is very cute. All right, is there anybody else here? I'm happy to draw charms. I'm happy to draw runes. I will. It's only 25 past, and I'm committed to being here for another 35 minutes. So if you're here, please ask me for something. Otherwise, I'll start pontificating. And I don't think that makes good video. Hello, Trish. How good to see you. You're saying yes, please. I'm going to take that to mean a card, and then we'll move into other stuff as and when. Recognize your name from being here before. I don't think I recognize you from any other part of my life, but that's all right. You don't have to be, although I would love it if you were. If you just got here, I've been sending people out to the well, not sending you out. When you leave here, there is a survey on this webpage, just a really easy, simple survey, monkey survey, asking about some topic areas for Zoom sessions, because I'm going to be starting doing some Zoom sessions so we can have some dialogue, because I got to tell you, I love doing these lives, and then sometimes I end up sitting here talking to myself, and I would like a little bit more conversation. So here we go. This is for Trish. This is for Trish. Oh, Trish. This is a good one this time of year, and this time in society. You're welcome, Jen. Exploring, going where no bramble has gone before. Very true of where a lot of our lives are right now, because we're moving into new territory. So we have 3, which is that place of inspiration where things come into the world because of you, coming through you as a portal for information, for concepts, and whether that's poetry or algorithms or what it is, but there's new stuff coming because you're there. And the 2, which is your community, it's the relationships. So as you bring new wisdom and new ways of thinking and new ways of being, you deliver that to the community, then they add together to a 5, which is the number of progress and growth and expansion. And of course you can see this bramble is you can't see the whole of its context. It was along the side of a driveway, and then the car stopped going up and down the driveway, so the bramble thought it would go out. Very, very packed earth, not at all a place where you would sow seeds or transplant seedlings or anything like that. But the bramble went exploring anyway, and found a way to establish itself in territory where it had never been. And that's kind of what we're all doing. I'm glad you love this, Trish. I hope that fits with where it is that you are in your life right now. Because I think a lot of people are. A lot of people are having to adapt to situations that they never expected. And the fact that you got this card, Spirit is with you, Spirit is supporting you as you make this exploration. So that's a lovely, lovely thing. Excellent. All right. Happy to take everybody's feedback. Love you some Zoom. I know you do, Jen. Oh, is that right? In the live, it's a delay? Okay. Now I saw Trisha's response, and you came before that, but I was talking to her at the time. So yeah, if you when you're leaving, if you fill out the survey, very simple, 5 questions, hardly any time involved. And I'm getting really excited. I've had the survey out for 3 days, 4 days, getting a lot of responses, which is delightful, makes me very happy. And I'm really liking the responses I'm getting, because essentially it says that the people in my community are really interested in the things I'm interested in. So that pleases me enormously. Okay, is there anybody else here? If you just got here, if you can't find the comment box, drop out of full screen because sometimes some browsers, the comment box disappears when you're in full screen. Um, I am seeing and finding out that there is a delay, as often happens. Lulu, hello, of course you may have cards. I don't recognize your name. Welcome. It is lovely to see you here. And I am happy to draw a card for you. Okay. Okay, it's taking a minute or two. That's a long time. I know it's been a minute in the past, but that is long. Okay, so everybody be aware. I'm running slow. Maybe you've been here for a while, Lou. What can I say? All right, so I'm drawing for Lulu. Okay, ooh, nice. That's so interesting. Same plant, different time of year. We're back at the brambles. And this is the card for synthesis. So creating a coherent product out of multiple places, and that can be information, that can be a physical thing. We've got the one, which is your central identity, Lou. It is who you are at your core. It is that piece of you that is still you, even if all your hair falls out and you break your nails. It's always going to be you. The maybe just the text responses. Maybe, I don't know. So the one is that central place that is experiencing life in the human form right now. 5 is the number for growth and expansion and progress. We've been seeing a lot of 5s today. And when we add them up, we get a 6, which simplistically is the number for service. If we were just going to put one word on it today, that would be the word. It's also about taking responsibility, and it's about performing duties, responsibilities, and tasks that you take on, not so much because you want to, but because you believe that you should. And there's nothing wrong with that, unless you're giving yourself away, but that's a whole other conversation. So the synthesis card, it comes to service by gathering information, ideas, products, people, whatever it is, from all different phases of life and from all different parts of development. So you can see in this picture there are berries that are still tiny and small and white. There are some a little bit bigger and green. There are some going pink. There are some going peachy. There's some that are quite purple. And then the very ripe ones that are in fact black. So all at the same time, all in different stages of development. And for you, when you arrive in the place where this energy is being called for, it is up to you to synthesize the coherent product at the end of it. So it might be that you're doing a lot of research. If you're writing your thesis at university, you're reading all the different books about all the different stuff, you're bringing it together and making it make sense for somebody else. And there's any number of ways that can happen. This is a wonderful, wonderful energy that is so necessary in the world to bring things together, because nobody can know everything. And having people who can interpret from a broad spectrum and bring it and make it accessible to other people, that's a fabulous skill and ability, and very necessary for helping us move forward at this really difficult time in society. So you're here to do a job, Lou. It's yeah, you have a role to play in the rebuilding of the world. I'm so glad you could be here. Very cool. All right. It does resonate. I'm so glad. All right. I still have charms and runes here if anybody's interested in having me draw one of those. I've still got lots of cards. And I still can't see if somebody new has come in. So if you're new, please let me know. And don't uh, don't worry about the fact that I might be delayed answering, because sometimes the scroll is slow, and today seems to be one of those days. All right, so survey on the page. If you're interested in joining Zoom, I would love that. Also, if you go to my webpage, which is jolease.com, okay, jolease.com, I have a free newsletter that I send out, and that for sure will have my Zoom schedule on it, and all sorts of other things. Trish Rossiter, I'm going to assume that you are answering something I said a few minutes ago, that you would like to have me draw a charm for you. So this is for Trish, and I'm just going to sort of, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know where the mic is on this. There are several of them in here, and I do have one that is sticking to my finger. Oh, nice. Okay. So we have a dragonfly, which is one of those symbols that gets used a lot for a lot of different things. Sometimes I know some people say this is a soul that's in the unseen dimension coming to visit. The back of this reads imagine, which if you're the one who got the peach tree, I'm gonna be freaked out, because that's just bizarre that you would get the same message twice. This is it's the same message as the peach tree, right? Take the time to use your imagination to picture the life you want to lead, to figure out what is in the distance, because that helps you decide the direction. Okay, all right. That helps you decide the direction of your first step. So I'm clearly, people are needing to hear this today, because whoever got the reading second today, I think that might have been Lori, she got the peach tree, which is the imagination card. So it's a message that we're getting. It may also be, if this for you is a message from the unseen dimension, if there's somebody there who's communicating with you, the message is still from a very specific aspect of spirit, that you are the one who's in charge of imagining how your future can be. Nobody else can do that for you. And it is not for anybody else to choose your direction. This is very much about you being very self-determining. I think that's the message that's coming through there. So I hope that makes sense. The bramble, you're exploring, yeah. So in your explorations, yes, beyond the fact that the bramble could only go there when conditions were right, when there wasn't a car going back and forth multiple times a day. So it was able to spread onto that packed ground. And of course, it put down roots and loosened the earth, because that's what we do when we get somewhere, we change the environment, right? So for you, as you're out on the packed driveway ground, to imagine that you want to be on the other side, or that you want to be heading west, or whatever, there's nothing at all requiring any one of those vines to go in any particular direction. The vines get to choose for themselves, based on their needs, based on what they want and where they want to be. So that's kind of lovely. So yeah, be the bramble. Be the bramble. Be in charge of your own direction. That's cool. Okay. Anybody else here? What else can I talk about? We set out today without, oh, you know, I haven't. You're welcome, Trish. I hope that works for you. Nicola. Yes, absolutely. I think, whoops. All right, I'm going to leave that out. That must be the community card. That's interesting. All right. Nicola, Nicola. Absolutely yes. Okay, Nicola. Oh, you're being instructed. Excuse me. You are being instructed to breathe. Number 4 is a very, very practical number. When we build something with 4 sides, it usually doesn't fall over. It's very stable and reliable, and that's what 4 energy is like. This year, 2020, when we add up the digits, 2 and 0, 2 and 0, add up to 4. And this year, we're laying down the foundation upon which to build. We're hopefully going to create something that can be permanent and can support what comes next. So for you, this burr in the snow is telling you not to be impulsive, not to go rushing off in multiple directions, but just pause and breathe and get centered in yourself. This burr can't do anything until spring comes. There's just, it's completely viable and is very capable of growing into a large plant, but not while it's in a snowdrift. So it's just time to be, not trying to do. And very often that's that. Sometimes breathing. This can be an instruction about having a quiet practice, and that can be a meditation. That can be a meditative walking. It can be hugging trees. It can be kneeling and praying. Whatever it is that helps you to find that place where it's just you and your breath and the wisdom of the universe and all of the deep knowing that you have within yourself. And pausing from activity, getting to that human being and not the human doing. So I hope that makes sense, Nicola, because what comes from that, when you can be with yourself and when you can understand, and some piece of your soul is shouting at you, but I have to paint the door purple. It's all about purple. Everything has to be purple. When you can hear that, then you can know that the purple is necessary, and you can put down a really nice coat of purple in your life on which you can then build. But if you're not quiet enough to hear the voice and you're running around and you're painting rainbows, you're missing that important soul urge that is an indication of your intention. When you came into purple. That's why you're here, is purple. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Doesn't sound very sensible. The card, it sounds sensible. It's just the choice of language that sounded a little odd. The card that flew out a minute ago, which I believe must be the community card, and I do have to remember to do this. This is for people who are not here but they're watching the video, or if you're here and you haven't spoken up because you didn't want to. This is the community card, and I didn't go looking for it. It jumped out of the deck for me, so I have to assume it has something to say to people. This is the design card, and I nearly wish I had a picture of a Queen Anne's lace from a slightly different angle, because this is structurally so complex. The design of a Queen Anne's lace is quite remarkable. And there are multiple stems all coming up, each with a tiny blossom, but they're held together, kind of the way a cauliflower is. You know what I mean? There's just all these multiple things, but it's actually only one bloom, and it's a whole lot of things. And the way it's held together, of course, is just a miracle of natural design. When we get this card, we've got the one, which is us, our identities, our individuality, with the four, that practicality, which of course, design as we understand it in terms of, if you sit on a badly designed chair for a couple of hours, you wind up with a bad back, right? Design really matters. So having things that are suited to our human condition, that are designed to accommodate us as we live in these bodies, very important. When we add the 1 and the 4 together, we get a 5. We're back, as so many of these cards have been today, with that growth and expansion, adapting to new situations. The design of the flower head on a Queen Anne's lace allows it to stay out in the rain without getting wet or filled up, because the water can just filter through it and into the multiple stems that are underneath this bloom. There's a real utilitarian advantage to this design, as indeed anything designed as it should be. When Steve Jobs was designing things, he was innovating in enormous ways and doing things nobody had ever thought of before, but he was making them work with our natural intuition. He was making things that would respond to the human hand in much easier ways than a lot of the old-fashioned, anybody who's ever picked up a phone and dialed it, or even had to push buttons. The ease and the simplicity of the touch screen is a massive difference. So that's when we're talking about design, we're talking about making things fit us, making things serve us instead of us serve them. So yeah, growing and expanding into a society that serves us. Wouldn't that be nice? And serves all of us, and not only the ones who have good fortune and oh, that could get into a very heavy discussion. That's kind of cool. I like that card jumped out. All right, Nicola, did that burr tell you what you needed it to do? And if anybody would like number runes or charms, I still have them here. We still have 12 minutes. I am happy to draw some more things. Oh, excuse me. All right. So we have, I was thinking we've got a cipher day coming up, but I'm not sure that we do. Today's the 19th of the 6th of the 4th. So no, 2, 6, 4. Okay. So this will be Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I will be back here on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Monday is a cipher day, which is it's going to be the 22nd, so that's 4 in a 4-year. It does matter. And then Wednesday is going to be a 6-day. It'll be the 24th, okay, in a 6-month. Also very notable. And I will be, oh, hello, Ahmed. Any messages from any old friend? Well, I'm not a medium. I do not claim to be a medium, but we can draw a card, and you can decide whether it is a message from somebody else. We have just seen a dragonfly in the course of this hour, so there may be spirits around for sure. For sure. Okay, so drawing for Ahmed. Hmm. This is interesting. The last time this came up, somebody related it to somebody who's in the unseen dimension. So this could very well be. This is the Passion card. It's fruiting cat's ears, which are a lovely little yellow flower. You can see some of them are still in bud, little yellow ones, but these ones have matured into fruit. Um, 3 is the number of inspiration, of being in that place where creativity comes from the universe and into the world through you. You become the hollow reed that transmits it. To have 2 of them suggests, of course, enormous creativity and inventiveness and thinking outside the box. And they're adding together into a 6, which is the number of service. We've talked about this. Um, it is how you progress along your path towards your own destiny, and it's how you bring progress to the community and the people around you. And of course, the best way to accomplish anything is to be passionate about it. So if you are doing a job where you're every few minutes you have to push a button and you don't like the button and it doesn't feel good and you're miserable and unhappy, but you're still pushing the button because you have to, that's a very different emotional envelope that you're living inside of as compared to pushing a button for something that you really believe in. If you know you're part of an industry that's exciting and because you push this button, good things happen, and further down the line there's something wonderful that's happening that couldn't happen if you didn't push the button, right? So it's the same action, it's the same thing, and a very, very different mood and different output and outgoing from you, and therefore a different return. Being connected with the passion is what brings the most progress in a situation like that. Does that make sense, Ahmed? I don't know if there's someone on the other side maybe telling you to get out of a bad job and go find something that lights you up more. I have no idea if that's true. You would know. I don't. But that is the message, is about connecting to your passion. It's about finding something that you can't not do. There is a word in Japanese, ikagi, a word like that, ikigai. Maybe it's ikigai. Um, for something that no matter what, whether you're getting paid for it or not, you're going to do it. Whether you're at home or in a restaurant, you're going to do it because you can't not do it. I'm a writer. I can't imagine not writing. I get up in the morning and I write, and I've been doing that for 60 years, pretty close. Um, I can't not write. It doesn't matter that I don't sell it all. It does resonate with you, Ahmed. I'm delighted. That's really good. Okay. Um, as I'm looking at this, the other visual that is jumping out at me is this flower here, which is very much the color of the third eye. So I think the combination of the 3s and that third eye color is telling me that you have really, really good intuition. And and we're back at find how you can access your quiet place and hear your own wisdom, because it is within you. You have, when you came into the human form, you had to fit into a tiny little baby person, and you couldn't bring all of your wisdom with you. You had to leave a lot of it behind. So now You need to get quiet and get still and get deep in order to connect to the rest of you, because you know this stuff. You know this stuff. So I'm really, really glad that that works for you. And I hope that you find something that ignites your passion. I really do. Something that you must do and you can do and you will do. All right. So we're winding down. We're into the last 5 minutes. I'm delighted. We've had a steady stream of people. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who has come. Do please like and follow this page. Click through on the survey, answer the questions there if you're interested in coming to a Zoom. If you're not interested, then it'll be meaningless. And that's all right. Come here, come elsewhere, but yeah. If you're a Zoomer, then answering that would be helpful. Also at my website, joleath.com, spelt as it is on this page, Leath. I have a free newsletter that you can sign up for, and that will help you to know, and indeed the website you can visit anytime, and that will have a schedule of what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, and sometimes why, conceivably. So that would be good. I will be back here on Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern, and I will be here next Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern, because that's what I do while we're locked in. I'm doing Facebook Live, doing lots of other things too. And I very much enjoy connecting with this community. I love that I see some new names nearly every time. Oh, there's a topic I haven't touched. These sessions get recorded, as you know, and they are currently on this web page, and you can scroll back and back and back and find them. Starting next week, they should be gathered together on a YouTube channel, so you can come back and revisit and see the ones that you missed and share them with your friends and all of those things. It isn't up yet. It isn't. What is it? It needs to do. It has to premiere and be launched, and there's all sorts of language, but it's coming. So that's kind of exciting. Getting locked in. I'm getting stuff done. I tell you, it's all good, all good. What else can I tell you? What else? There are blogs, 8 years worth of blogs on the website if you're so inclined. There is this deck of cards. This deck of cards, whoops, is also on the website. On the readings tab, you can scroll down and pre-purchase. I don't have a delivery date on the website. I don't have a delivery date for sure, but I do have a relationship with the printer who is back at work now. So there's a very real possibility that I'm going to be able to start shipping those out very soon. So if you are in line for one of those, that's... What is the biggest lesson that life has taught me? I think... Oh, that's a big question, Ahmed. I think that my lifetime this time has taught me that energy cannot be created or destroyed. And as a result, the energy that is me and the energy that is you and everyone else is immortal and eternal. And when we have completed our experience in the physical, we will return to whence we came, to some non-physical existence where we can access our full wisdom again and add to it what we have learned in the physical this time. I do believe that one of the big things about being here is around contrast. I study with Abraham Hicks, and the idea that we come into the physical so that we can experience contrast and understand about the spectrums of things. We can't understand cold if you've never been hot, and you can't understand joy if you've never felt sorrow. So being in the physical where we can travel those different degrees of emotion and experience, and then we get to take that back to our non-physical dimension or existence or however we're going to call that. I absolutely believe that we, each and every one of us, is an immortal soul, and that we will go on after we leave the physical realm. And I think no matter how bad things get while we're here, and I was widowed in 2007. That is an agony I wouldn't wish on anybody else. It happens to people every single day. That the depths of that contribute to the joy that I find in every day now. I had to go through that in order to see the other end of that emotional spectrum. So nothing is wasted, nothing ends. It just things go round and round, and life is good. I think that's maybe the biggest lesson. Life is good. Love is better than anything else, and loving one another, and loving life, and being in awe of the beauty of the physical planet. When you look at the design of something like that, what's not to be excited and in awe of? I think the natural world is brilliant. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Ahmed. I am I am at that time. I'm going to turn off. So if you've been watching the video, thank you so much for staying with it right to the very end. And I look forward to seeing you in one of the live sessions soon. Ahmed, I hope I see you soon. I hope that your life is full of wonderful lessons, and that you find all of the love that is coming to you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.